like, oh, that's sick. No, that's not what I meant.
Uh-huh.
It was more like that's short for major, you know?
That's tight.
Everything major.
We major.
Yeah.
Come on, homie.
Mystical
we
mage.
major.
Mystical magical mage.
But yeah, that was that transition, and now it's just I feel like it did help me grow up mentally too.
I feel you.
Yeah.
That's tight.
Oh yeah, man. Let's just sit here a bit.
And the rebrand right here too, Donnie Blue. No more shortage.
No more. That was a while ago already.
I know that was a while
That
ago.
was like 2 years ago now.
I know.
That's crazy.
So what made you want to rebrand?
Because I started rapping, dude.
Yeah.
Started writing, and then No Shortage felt like a producer ass name.
I feel you.
And I was producing for under No Shortage for years. I mean, like, a long time.
Yeah.
And I felt like I made a name with that name, and then I was like rapping and I was writing. I was like, man, No Short, like it's like hella producer name to me.
Yeah.
It felt like that.
No,
to me.
I feel you. I can see that.
So took a long time to figure out the name because I had that beat tape, Life is Short. I had hella beats from back, like just catalog, and I wanted to drop it, but under a new name just to signify the end of that. Because I didn't like do a big release for No Shortage, so I wanted to do like a kind of like a, how do you say it, not a homage, like a,
Yeah, it's
Like a tribute?
yeah, like a tribute to the name.
Gotcha.
So I made Life is Short Volume 1 and 2. And then I was thinking of a name. And then me and my girl were in San Jose. We're just drinking. I'm like, we have to fucking figure this out right now. And then I just knew I liked Don because my grandpa, he owns a furniture store. And everybody calls him Don Miguel. And I remember as a kid, I'm like, oh, that's fucking fire.
Tight.
That's sick as
That's
fuck.
some boss shit.
Yeah. And I was like, but my name's Isaac, and in Spanish it's Isaac, and I'm like, Don Isaac, I don't really like that. Sounds kind of funny. You know? And then I was like, Don E, so like Don, and then the first letter of my name, so Donnie, and that's why I got Donnie.
And then where did the blue come?
I just like how it looks next to it.
Yeah.
Because there was already a reggaeton artist, he's pretty big, named Donnie.
Uh-huh.
I was just going to go by Donnie. But I was like, okay, I'll come up with something.
I think Donnie Blue's tight.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
It's swaggy.
Thanks.
Yeah.
It's clean.
Yeah. I spelled it like that based off Blue, the rapper Blue.
Yeah, B-L-U.
Yeah.
Like Blue and Exile, right?
Yep.
Tight.
I liked how he spelled it. And I see some other artists spell it like that too.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'll take it, spell it like that, Donnie Blue.
Hell yeah, bro.
And then I just learned about Blu-rays. I didn't just learn about Blu-rays, but I'm going to school for IT shit, like online. And then they were teaching about Blu-rays. I was like, bro.
Like from the screens?
What do you mean?
Like Blu-rays, like from the computer screens, or
like Blu-ray from the disc, the DVDs
gotcha,
and shit.
Gotcha.
Higher quality, the highest quality you could put on a disc.
That's
know?
tight.
And I was like, ooh, that's fire.
The highest quality you can put on a track. You feel me?
Exactly, Donnie Blu-ray. You know, Donnie Blu-ray coming soon.
There you go.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the SlowBurnHour. We got the wide angle lens on today because we have two guests here. I think this is the first time we had two guests. Nah.
We had Johnny Boy and got him on.
That's true. In this location.
In this spot.
Well, I guess.
In the next room over.
The next room over. But this one feels way more comfortable in this new set. We gotta have him back. But anyways, today's guest. Oh my goodness, bro. Today's guest. We've known him for years, and I'm talking years.
It's been a long time, huh?
Hell yeah.
Years. These people have opened their doors to us.
Namaste.
Gave us a place to stay. Showed us the ways of the music, mixing, engineering, producing, writing. Gave us a place to express ourselves. Today, our guests are IBESHOCKER and Kevvie3tm.
Yes, sir.
What's happening?
What's up? What's up? Thank you for having us, bro.
Thank you for making the drive, bro.
Dude, I love that you guys got the fucking sound effects on deck.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Me too. Thank you. It came stock, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna use this
yeah,
shit.
use
I'm gonna
that
use
shit.
this
It's already
shit."
pre-mapped on
Yeah,
that? That's
yeah.
fine.
That's tight as fuck.
That's cool.
What up, folks?
yeah.
How y'all been? How y'all been?
Good, man. Just chilling.
Yeah.
Living, you know.
Living.
Yep.
I've definitely been better.
I'm sure you have, bro.
Yeah.
But like, so how did you find out about this?
Yeah, man.
Well, I guess we should tell the people.
Yeah.
If they don't know.
For sure. Yeah, so I got diagnosed with stage 4 blood cancer in December of 2024. I started getting sick back in June, I think, like right after my birthday. And the first thing that happened was I had a really bad cough. Like I was just coughing so hard, I was like throwing up type shit. And I just thought like, okay, maybe I'm just smoking too much weed. Let me just, tone it down a little bit, see if that makes a difference. But then I stopped smoking for like a month just to see, you know, like a little experiment. But the cough, it just kept getting worse and worse. So I'm like, it can't be the weed, bro. It's got to be something else. So I went to the doctor, and then they tried to convince me, like gaslight me into thinking I had asthma. And I'm like, bro, how did I go 28 years of life and now all of a sudden I got asthma? Like, that shit was just not adding up. So then I was just like, okay, that's probably not it. But it gave me an inhaler. I'll try your inhaler, whatever. Then, like, the next symptom that I ended up getting was, like, super itchy skin, bro. Like, it felt like there was, like, fucking bugs, like, crawling under my skin and shit. Like, I felt like a tweaker, like, a real-ass meth head just fucking itching, you know?
And you were no drugs at this
No drugs, bro.
Yeah.
I ain't never done a shit like that. But, so, I was just itching, bro, till, like, my skin would bleed and shit. And it was, like, intense. And then I went to the doctor again. They told me, oh, go to the dermatologist. You probably got, like, eczema or some shit. And I'm like, all right. Go to the dermatologist. They gave me some cream. I tried the cream for like 2 weeks. Fucking nothing, bro. It just kept getting worse and worse. And then this happened, I think, a day or two before Kevvie's wedding, when I noticed that I had this big-ass lump appear on my neck. Because I kind of noticed in the mirror for a little bit, I felt like my head was, like, lopsided. And I was wondering, like, why does my head feel, like, not on straight? And then I realized it's because there's a fucking lump on my neck, and it's, like, causing me to look, like, disbalanced. And then, like, I was looking at it, and I'm like, dude, that's fucking crazy. I asked my girl, I'm like, yo, like, touch this, look at this. Am I tripping? Is this there? She's like, yo, like, what the fuck is that? So then I told Kevvie, because I was supposed to go to this rehearsal, right, for your wedding.
Yeah.
I told Kevvie, like, bro, I don't think I can make it to the rehearsal because, like, I got to go to the ER and figure out what's going on. I went to the urgent care first before I went to the ER. And then the urgent care doctor, they looked at my lump, and I told him my other symptoms, like the cough, the itchiness, all that shit. And then he looked at my lump, and then he asked me, he's like, hey, do you got one on your armpit too? And I'm like, no, I don't think so. He's like, you mind if I check? So then I'm like, okay. So, like, he, like, checked under my armpit, and he's like, that's exactly what I thought. I'm like, what'd you think, bro? Right. And then he's like, hold on, can I bring my assistant in here? Can I make this, like, a teaching moment real quick? And I was like, what do you mean, bro? Like, this is a fucking teaching moment type shit? Like, all right. So he brings in his assistant and shit. And then he has her, like, touch my armpit and shit. And he's like, you see that? And then she's like, yeah, that's crazy. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you guys talking about? Like, man, can somebody fill me in? Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
So he told me from there, he's like, I think you have something called Hodgkin's lymphoma. So it's a cancer of the lymphatic system, the blood in your body. Your lymph nodes are responsible for, like, filtering out waste out of your body. And it's pretty much just cancer of that system, right? So those are the two indicators, was my lymph nodes on my neck and my armpit were inflamed, and also the itchiness and, you know, all that shit. And I was also feeling, like, super fatigued at the time too. Like, I noticed, like, whenever I would go to work and shit, like, I feel like I couldn't really last, you know, like, standing up and shit for that long. I would just get, like, hella tired. Some days, like, I would, like, even leave work early and shit, because I'm like, I don't know what was going on, but now it makes sense looking back. You know, everything added all together, and that's what it was. But then, yeah, dude, I had to go through hella shit just to get, like, all the testing done, fighting with insurance to, like, approve everything. And then I started chemo in January of this year. And this Tuesday, I think, like, 3 days from now, I got my 10th round of chemo, literally right down the street from you guys' studio over here in Merced.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So, man, he touches the lump, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy. Like, he's like suspense, dude. Like, hold on, that's kind of, how'd you feel when he did that?
Bro, I just thought, like,
what the hell?
Bro, like, what do you mean a fucking teaching moment, dog?
I don't want to be a teacher.
Like, I don't want to be an example for you guys. Like, That's crazy. Yeah, bro.
So how's the experience been?
Dude, it fucking sucks, bro.
Yeah.
Chemo's, like, literally the worst thing I've ever gone through in my life. It's like, the best way I could describe how chemo feels, it feels like a 6-day long, like, the worst hangover you've ever had, but for 6 days. Damn. It's just like you're just constantly nauseous the entire time. You're just super tired, out of it, and, like, your body hurts, your bones hurt. Like, one of the side effects was your bones feel like they're on fire from this shot that they give you. So whenever you get chemo, it weakens your immune system a lot, so it kills your red blood cells and your white blood cells. So they have to give you an injection into your bone marrow so that your bones can produce more blood cells. Because those two blood cells, the red and white, that's what's responsible for fighting off any infections in your body. So when you're in chemo, you're very susceptible to getting, like, really, really sick. So they give you this, like, injection. It's a fat-ass fucking needle, bro. They put it into your bone marrow, and it, like, stimulates your bone marrow to create those blood cells again, so it can like replenish whatever chemo destroyed. And it's like, where was I going with this? It just fucking sucks, bro.
Yeah. Man, I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, man.
I mean, I have questions. Just tell me if you know, like, if
No,
it's
no,
too
I'm
much. You
open
know?
to talk to whatever. Yeah.
So you walk into, it's like a lab, or is it like a Red Cross type of thing? Like, how is it? Is it like a whole bunch of people getting chemo at once?
Yeah. So it's at the cancer center right down the street, Dignity Health. It's literally right there, like 5 minutes down if you keep going on G Street.
Mm-hmm.
But you walk in, there's a waiting room area first. You check in, whatever, and then they take you to this back area. It's a bunch of chairs set up, and it's like hella cancer patients just sitting next to each other, a bunch of strangers and shit. And you're just sitting there for my chemo lasts like 6 hours, so I have to get there and like sit there for like 6 hours waiting for each IV bag to like be finished and shit. So I have a port in my chest that they had to like do a surgery to put in there, and they pretty much administer the chemo through the chest port because it's connected to the vein that's closest to your heart.
Whoa.
So it's your jugular vein. That's the biggest vein that's in your body. It's like a central line. And it's because you can't put chemo drugs into veins in your arms because the drugs are too strong. It'll kill all the veins in your arms. So they have to put it into what is actually like the biggest fucking vein in your body. And the only way to do that is if they install a port into your chest and like kind of link it to that vein. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so every time I get chemo, they plug it into my chest right here, and it goes straight like next to my heart, and then kind of disperses throughout the body that way.
Wow. Man, modern science is crazy,
It's
man.
fucking crazy, bro.
You feel like it's been working in your favor, you know?
Yeah, I think so, man. Because it's like the way I look at it is every time I have chemo, like that week is a shitty week. So I get one shit week, one good week, and I get chemo every 2 weeks, right?
Oh, okay.
So the shit week is the chemo week. The good week is like this week. You know what I'm saying?
Hell
So you're feeling good right now?
I'm feeling good right now.
Hell yeah.
That's
Yeah,
great.
That's I'm so mind blown by modern medicine.
Yeah.
That, like, they could just do that.
Yeah, it's true.
That's
true.
That's awesome though.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
great that at least there's some treatment out there
For
you,
sure,
man.
for sure.
I've never I've never seen somebody go through something like what he's dealing with like as much optimism and like carrying a smile on his face. You know,
Yeah,
like,
bro. I saw him. He was like, "Hey, what's up?" I was like, "What's up, bro?"
Yeah, man.
he's staying out there. Yeah, I'll tap in with him. Like, I regularly, check up on him. I know when he has chemo, I'm like, hey, how you doing? Because I know, like, give or take, like, the couple of days after, he's, like, just,
Down.
plummets down and then rolls back into, like, starting to feel a little bit better just in time for him to, like, do it all over again.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, hey, how you doing? He's like, oh, I'm out here in L.A.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like,
What?
bro.
Yeah.
And he
Traveling?
I think it's a mentality of pushing through that,
Yeah.
adversity and what he's dealing with. Like, keeping that mentality is also, I think, aiding and helping your body fight, and just not getting down on yourself and, like, living in self-pity or sorrow and over something that you can't necessarily change. You're along for the ride,
Yeah.
and keeping that and watching him do that is fucking incredible, man.
I mean, it makes
It's
sense,
wild.
bro. The whole time that we've known, even both of you guys, it's always like, let's fucking go, like with the music
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Top tier, 110% effort, no matter what you guys are doing, man.
You got
So
to,
it makes
man.
sense,
He
makes
carries
sense
that over into that. Absolutely,
That's awesome.
No, it's fucking it's wild to see. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And yeah,
It's just crazy, man, because it's like you go through life and you never think something like that will happen to you. Especially because, like, we're all young, bro. We're in our 20s and shit. So it's always a trip to me. It's like every time I go over there, I'm always the youngest person there. Like, everybody there is just,
really?
like, a lot older than me. And they look at me like I don't belong there,
What? Okay.
Like, they kind of stare at me. They think I'm there to, like, support somebody else, But then when they see me walk into that back room and, like, I take my hat off, they see that I'm fucking bald now, like... And then they're like, oh, shit, like, you're going through this shit, too. I'm like, yeah, man. Like, this is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I think the worst part of it, though, was because I had to kind of give up my life in L.A., and, like, move out of there, give up that house. I held on to it for 5 years, bro. And it was a struggle staying in L.A. Like, L.A.'s fucking expensive.
You were hustling out there.
Yeah. I was hustling, man. I was trying my best to keep that roof, but... everything happens for a reason. Now I'm back here, I can reconnect with my roots, kick it with the homies again, and, try to make something special happen here now. I did my time in L.A. I learned that life a little bit. I've been around that life. I was working for a production company, too, for a while, just getting that experience in. But now it's like, I feel like I learned a lot there, and there's still so much left that I haven't accomplished here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. With social media and just being able to tap in and cultivate that kind of essence of what we were able to establish in LA, like all of us being able to pull up on one another, work and collab and connect, and being able to take that out here and still be able to keep that going, you know what I mean? But then also the outreach of social media. It's like you don't necessarily exclusively need to be in LA like maybe you would have 10 years ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where it's like, yo, like I got to get out of this small town. I got to get over to LA, or I got to get over to wherever the music scene is popping in order to, you know, make something happen where all the producers are at. It's like we're blessed in the sense of everybody that we know, like you guys, and seeing your hustle and what you guys are doing, and knowing that, like, you know, like you said, we go back now, you know what I mean? So to see all that shit, it could really be the same vibe out there as what's happening here. Because for the majority of the time, other than when we were shooting music videos or going to work with other producers or whatever the case may be, we were primarily in the studio with each other. You know what I mean? Just like, you know how it was when you guys were out there and we had those little like song camp kind of vibes where we just lock in all night. Like I was going to the store, grabbing a bunch of alcohol. I was coming back. Like you guys are rolling up. Like that's what it was. And then just cooking out 5, 6, 7 songs. And a lot of them maybe throwaways or some beats that you made that you're like, hey, whoever wants to hop on it, da-da-da-da-da. And then, so it's like, that shit could go anywhere because you have that core foundation. So even though, you know, to be on the optimistic side of like what he's saying, like, it sucks to kind of turn that page and no longer have that, because that place like had so many core memories for all of us, and just the vibe of where that was, you know, especially off of Melrose in was that considered West Hollywood?
Yeah, in West Hollywood, Melrose, Fairfax.
Melrose and Fairfax. It's like it was just jumping. Like you could feel the energy, you know what I mean? Like, and so it's like that gives you a little sense of fuel and kind of like where you feel like life is on your bumper because you're around so many people that are getting after it the way you're getting after it. But I think you can make that wherever you are. And like I said, with the outreach of social media, you don't really feel like you're, you know, kept from making those same kind of moves. You know what I mean?
Definitely. But, I mean, I feel like right now, bro, Merced's popping right now. Bro.
Yeah, I was about to say,
it's going crazy right now, Merced.
Not chose, but you came back at the perfect time. Yeah. It's really a renaissance out here right now at this very moment here.
I love that.
Yeah.
Let's take it back, though.
What's good?
Let's take it back.
What's good?
When did you start making music?
Damn. We're taking it that back.
Yeah, man. That's what we do here, bro.
That's
I'm
crazy.
a little closer.
Yeah, that's crazy.
The people want to know, a.k.a. me.
Bro, you know what's crazy is I was such a simp when I first started making music. It was originally just like little love poems I would write when I was like 13 for like shawties that I had a crush on, you know?
Hey.
Did they work?
I mean,
some of them.
It made them smile. That was about it. But it started with that, and then I eventually, you know, really fell in love with hip hop. Like I was originally like hugely into rock because I grew up playing a lot of Guitar Hero Rock Band, you know, so like I got to learn a lot of like the classic rock music through those video games. And then I learned a lot about hip hop just because I heard NWA for the first time, and I'm just like, yo, this is fucking sick, dude.
How old were you when you heard that?
Oh shit, I think I was like 12.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I heard that shit for the first time, and I'm like, that's dope, bro. It's like there was so much passion in that music, and it was like, you know, talking about shit going on in the world, like the Rodney King riots. That's when Fuck the Police came out. Like, you know, that shit was so dope to me. And then from there, you know, I fell in love with like Mac Miller, Wiz Khalifa, Cushion Orange Juice. I got into like the Dat Piff era, you know, just listening to whatever mixtapes were dropping and shit. And that's what kept me inspired in that time period. And I was like, dude, like, I want to do this. Like, I feel like I can make music like this too, you know?
Yeah.
Like, music with a message, music with, like, lyrics that make people think, music that will make the shawties actually like me, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, that's where my love for music began. It was just from that era.
Did you start writing or producing first? Or?
Writing.
Okay.
I actually don't produce. I just engineer.
You just engineer?
Yeah, just mixing, mastering, and then just writing, rapping, and, yeah.
Do you remember your first songs and shit? Like, showing them to your... Because I assume, you know, like, doing this, you get your first songs recorded, and then, you know, it comes to that time, like, all right, it's time to show the homies.
Yeah.
See what's going on. See how they feel about it.
Dude,
you know?
that shit had me nerve-wracking, bro.
It do be like that because like these are your guys.
These are your babies.
These are your guys.
Yeah.
Your homies, and you're about to show them your art and shit. And any little thing could be like, oh fuck, you think it's ass.
You know what's crazy is because it's like you hold so much value to those people's opinions, of like the people that are close to you. You know, it just takes one person that you care about to tell you like, nah, bro, you should do something else to like change the whole trajectory of your life.
Real talk.
You know what I'm saying? I'm grateful that my homies back then told me like, oh, you should keep trying. They didn't tell me like, oh, this is trash. You know what I'm saying? They just told me like, if you want to do this, keep trying, get better. You know what I'm saying?
Relatively speaking, like anything that anybody does when they first start is probably gonna
It
be
is
trash.
trash.
Like
It was very
but
trash.
you can usually see like when somebody has something. You're like, oh, if you fucking hash this out, if you chip at it every day, like you could probably make something cool here. But nobody's like coming out. I mean, I'm sure there's the anomalies, you know what I mean, and like that happen. But where you make a few like first songs that are like, oh, these are actually like they're pretty cool. And then there's some that are like fucking doozies, and you're like, oof. You're like, hey pal, like we got work to do, but there's something here. You know what I mean? That's how I felt. Not to jump on that, but like that's how I kind of felt with myself. Like, bro, I used to, when I first was making songs, they were bad. Like, you know, I was also hopping on like the most outlandish beats, just trying to figure out what my sound even was. Like, I knew I had a knack for writing, and like I had like a base of a flow. Yeah. And I could write a beat pretty well, but the beat choices, like looking back, I was like, oh, that's god awful, dude.
It's crazy.
and I used to my bad, brother. I used to email the songs to girls. Whoa, like if there was a girl, I was like, because I'll just be like, yo, let me know what you think.
See, I would do that shit too.
I'm like, bruh, what was I thinking? Because I found a couple of them, like this is like a couple years back, but I found like a couple of like the originals. Like I didn't even know they still existed, and I was like, oh my god, bro,
I gotta hear that.
Tragic.
Yeah,
but
you're gonna have to play some of that.
And you'll hear it right now.
That's crazy.
No, dude, but that's like, you know, but I feel like if you could fight through like those little moments, like I guess being naive to the fact of like that you're ass, you know what I mean, or you make some records that you're like, nah, this is it, and then you get that feedback, and you're like, nah, we got work to do.
No, every time we make like even back in when we started, it's like, okay, this is the fucking one.
Yeah,
this is the one. Every song, every project, we're like, bro, this is the fucking one.
When we're in LA, we would do that all the time. I'll wake him up because I'll be up early, you know, and I'll be making
6 a.m. He would wake me up.
He would come out in the morning to like start his day, and I'm like, yo, I just recorded a song, or I'll be like, I just wrote a full song. He's like, what the fuck is 6
I haven't even brushed my teeth.
I'm like, I need you to record me, because it's before I like learned how to mix and master and all that shit, which I soaked up from watching him do it in the time that I spent out there in LA, and we just cook them out. And every time I'd be like, yo, this is the one. I was like, this is it. And sometimes I felt like I swear I would have died on that hill. And then looking back, I'm like, these are cool, but that ain't it. Like, it's not the one, you know, like they're good, stand on their own records. But I don't know. I think it's important to always kind of have that in your head, where, because you never know. Like, there's ones that I thought were not that good. Like, I was like, they're cool, and those ended up being like people's favorites. They're like, yo, but that one record, like, that's my favorite thing. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Like, that was like my quickest shit. Like, I just like did it. But we were making so much volume, as you guys know too. Like, you make so much volume, you sleep on your own shit sometimes, because you'll just have so many different records, and you're like, you come back to some, and you're like, yo, this is like some of my best shit. But when I made it, I didn't even really give it the time
we
of day.
definitely went back. We're like, damn, we're on some shit.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
No, I was just gonna jump on that topic too. Like, completely super unaware that I was ass at the beginning. So I was like, it's hot. Best rapper.
Best rapper alive.
Best rapper. Y'all motherfuckers can't touch me. Come on.
But you knew that. You need that.
That's important, right?
And
that keeps your own flame.
It was the same thing, you know, like I rap too, just because I loved hip hop. You know, I just like you, I got into the same thing. NWA. Shout out my cousin Mac G.
Yes, sir.
Our cousin Mac G, actually. Man, he's in the room right now.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Shout out him. He put a whole bunch of old school West Coast music on my PSP, and that was where I fell in love with it.
PSP's crazy.
Yeah.
On the PSP, man.
And so, you know, hip hop was in it. You know, that reality raps, just rapping about what I would see around me and whatnot.
Yeah.
But there was also a bit of me, man. Shit. I wanted bitches, bro.
I
ain't
know.
gonna lie to you. I wanted bitches because I mean, maybe it was just me following my pop's stats. My pops was a real Rolling Stone, real player. Like,
Yes,
you know,
sir.
like that. Every time I was around him, he was always macking it down.
Hell yeah.
You know, soaking up the game every time. You know, I'm just like, so that's how you do it? Okay. Learning it every now and trying it myself.
There you go.
And just records that I was just like being super freaked out for no reason. You know, like on some freaky ass shit.
for sure,
yeah.
man. He showed me a Bonita Apple Bum remix one
What?
time. He's like, bro, listen to this. It was the freakiest shit I ever heard. But it was fire because we were barely learning how to record ourselves, you know. And like, bro, you recorded a song, bro? Like, it was crazy.
Yeah.
It was cool.
That's dope.
The moment that I realized I was like, maybe I'm not that good, man. Maybe I still got some work to do, was when this dude was playing one of my tracks. But like, he was like kind of fucking with me though. He was clowning on me like low key. Like, he was playing it, and his words.
It was like he was making fun of it.
His words, the way he was saying it, like I seen through it. I was like, man, you're just trying to clown on me right now.
Damn.
I know you are, you know. And you know, it was around the hoes and everything.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, ladies. You know, I don't know your names individually.
No, I feel you.
But he was like, and then my other homie is back. He's like, turn that shit off. So shout out to him for being like, you know, trying to shut that shit down.
Yeah.
But that also, I was like, oh, okay, so you, okay, I get it. That's not it. I gotta work on it.
Yeah, I feel you. But it made you want to go harder too.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. For sure. I mean, we made it to the point that we're at now. I mean,
For sure.
when we met you guys, we were still learning everything. You guys
I
taught
don't
us a
even know
lot.
if we were Slowburncrew yet. Were we? Nah.
No, you guys were slow burn.
We met you guys as
I don't think
epidemics.
they were.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're right.
Yeah.
that
Wait,
came-
before we get to that.
Oh,
okay,
shit.
so you're writing, right?
Am I what?
You're writing songs.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And where you get your beats at? Where were you getting your beats?
I was getting them from YouTube in the beginning.
Okay.
Yeah, started in fucking YouTube.
Yeah.
That's like every artist, no shame. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
No,
I still get
we
it.
still do it.
Yeah, for sure. It's like, but then once you meet people that make beats, that's when your whole world changes as an artist. You know, if you're just starting out in the beginning, like, of course, you don't know anybody yet. Yeah, YouTube is your best friend, right? Just to get your first initial ideas out there. But then once you're able to like lock in with producers and stuff, that's when you can craft something.
Okay.
You know, I think the most important thing in songs and in music is sections, you know? So each section of a song needs to have its own purpose and like message that it gets across, you know? One thing that used to be in older songs that were some of my favorite songs, like bridges, right? Newer songs don't got bridges no more.
They're coming back.
They're coming back slowly.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I think those bridges, like right before the chorus hits, like those were often more catchier than the damn chorus was. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But yeah, man.
And so, how did you get to LA?
Oh
wait, did you meet Kevvie before LA?
before LA.
So how did you guys get connected?
Like right before LA
Right
too.
before.
Um,
You want to tell the story?
I'll tell a little bit and you could jump in if I forget something. But there was, what was it? It was I showed love to one of the shows that they were doing at the barbershop in Turlock.
It was our first show.
Oh,
And
yeah,
and
I know this
Yeah.
show.
I was
I know that show.
You guys were there too, right?
Nah.
But we know because we met Kent and Joel,
Oh.
and they were telling us about
Yeah.
you guys.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
the show. Yeah.
Okay, so
And Ben.
I was working with a producer. Her name was Aristides, and she was from. I got linked up with her from somebody else back in Modesto, and I was looking for somebody to kind of just collab with. You know, like she was kind of recording. I didn't have anything going at that time.
And
like
how long were you writing before this?
Oh shit, 2011.
Okay.
2011. That was whenever I was like really starting to pin stuff down, and then I bounced everywhere. Like I recorded in Modesto, met some like OGs that were like working with Jay Stalin and people in the Bay Area, and so I was like, that's where I originally started, was out there and stuff like that, and then bounced around from, I know somebody over here that records, they're looking for a rapper. I'm like, okay, cool, like USB mics with a sock on it, like just off the wall shit.
The
you know
rock
what I
band
mean? Like,
microphones.
yeah, like anything and everything just to rap or whatever, because I loved it and I love competing. So it was like if somebody said that they were dope, I was like, I'm doper. Like and I had no reason to think that. I just was like, I'm just very competitive no matter what it is. I was like, and I loved writing and rapping and shit. So anyways, yeah, so years later, I ended up working with homegirl out there, and then me and her were talking like, oh, there's a show, and I was like, I don't know him, but I knew of them. I was like, yo, let's go show love. So
And this was Open Studios?
Open Studios.
Okay.
yeah, and so I pulled up. It was at the
It was Barber Club.
the barber club,
Yeah.
right? So I pulled up over there. shook some hands, just vibed, watched the show, just showed love, and then we bounced out like shortly after, and then we had got to talking separately like online or whatever, and he was telling me he wanted to get me, I think it was in the Cypher.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah. So he gave me a little pocket, sent him a verse. He was like, all right, cool. I was like, yo, I could do better. Because I was like, listen back, I was like, bro, immediately after I sent it, I pinned something down even better. And he was like, I think he was saying like he wasn't really letting people like re-record.
Oh, shit.
But he did. But I don't know if you listened to it and you were like, nah, I gotta let him slide on it. So I ended up recording it at Stan State. I forget the fella's name.
Christian.
So, okay, Christian. And he was like doing like the radio deal over there. So I pulled up, it recorded me for the Cypher, and then we ended up putting that together, showed up at the college, and before they tore down the library, we were the last people to be in there.
Yep.
Before they tore it down and then rebuilt to whatever it is now. So we got to do that whole Cypher,
You
whatever.
guys sneak in? You got permission?
No, we
No.
got permission.
Yeah,
I think
dude.
through Christian, right?
No, so like this was when I was doing the Cypher Factory series. I was music director at the radio station at Stan State.
Okay.
And this was the third installment that we did. This is the one that I met Kevvie on. And dude, it came to the day of the shoot, bro. And the last location that we had, I don't remember where it was exactly, but it like fell through. Like we weren't allowed to shoot there no more. So I was like fucking stumbling, bro. I was like, dude, literally I have all these fucking artists that just pulled up, you know, to come shoot a music video for this Cypher. I don't have a place to shoot the damn video. Like I'm not gonna shoot in the damn parking lot.
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck, think. What can I do? And I knew they were tearing down the library at Stan State so that they can build the new one. And at that point in time, all the bookshelves were like empty. Like, so
It was cool. It was like
I
eerie and like
remember the video.
yeah,
I
it was like
remember the
real
video.
hip hoppy. Like it was. I was like, oh, this is kind of like intentional, even though I'm like
Yeah.
sure it wasn't. But the way that it worked out felt like right.
Yeah.
You know, like
the stars aligned that day, bro. Because I was thinking like, all right, a library with no books, that's kind of dope. You know, but like, how can I get in there? I know if I just bring all these fools in there, they're going to kick us out real quick. So then I was thinking like, who do I know? And like at that point, I was close with the department chair for the Department of Communications because the communications department worked closely with the radio department. So I hit up homeboy and I was like, look, Dr. Klaus, can you do me a solid? You think you can let us come in there and film this Cypher video for the radio station? He's like, yeah, I got the key. Let's go. And he like walked us over. I'm like, all right,
Nice.
tight. That was easy. So we walk in and shit, and this was the day that they were going to tear down the library. Like, the exact same fucking day. Like, I think an
we all
hour.
got there like super early in the morning.
Yeah, we
Oh,
got there
damn.
like
Okay.
9 a.m., 10 a.m., something like that. And, like, we did the whole Cypher shoot. Everything went perfectly. It was dope as fuck. And I think, like, an hour or two after we had left the building, they bulldozed the library. It was gone. It didn't exist
Wow.
anymore.
That's crazy.
And I'm
That
like,
is
bro,
crazy.
we were the last fucking ones in there, and we got video proof to document it.
Wow.
You know?
It was fun. That was the catalyst that set everything off for me rocking with him. From there, I was still doing my thing out here. I had my own little setup. I was working with a couple different people, and then he was like, I think I sent you a couple records, and you were mixing them for me. Then like he came back up north, and then pulled up to my house, and we started working on some stuff together. And that's whenever the idea for Melrose. Mind you, I hadn't been to LA yet with him. He had just moved maybe within like a week, whatever. I think
To
he was,
LA?
Yeah,
To
yeah.
LA.
So
Oh,
he
yeah.
was coming back for whatever, I'm sure, to grab some belongings or whatever just before setting up shop out there, and then pulled up on me. We started chopping it up, and then started making what ended up turning into
Melrose Blues.
Jesus Christ, Melrose Blues. And we didn't have a name for it yet. We just had like a simple like verse or whatever. We were just kind of like an idea for a beat that he got from somebody, and ended up, he was like, all right. He's like, but you're going to have to come out to LA to record it, because he was trying to get me out there. And I was like, I was doing a bunch of other shit out here. Plus I was working and whatnot. And then it was right when COVID happened. And I remember I was at work, and I was just like, bro, fuck this. Like everything that I've been trying to do, like with music, I'm like, this is kind of like God, like aligning me with the doors that he is ready to open for me. And it was like up to me to walk through them. You know what I mean? And so I just texted him. I was like at work, and I was like, yo, are you like really serious about music? I was like, because if you are, I'll put in my 2 weeks right now, and I'll come out to LA. And he was like, like done. Bet.
Yeah,
And
I was
so
like, I'm already here, bro.
Yeah, right.
Where are you at?
He's like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
I'm waiting on you.
Yeah.
So I quit, and I went to LA.
What were you working at?
I was working for Amazon delivering.
Hey.
Yeah, for a short-lived period of time, and it was
Yeah.
terrible. It's god awful.
Did we all? I worked at Amazon too. You did.
Yeah.
You didn't get to Amazon, huh?
Dude,
Okay.
no.
And it was right in 2020, so everything was kind of happening as well, like shut down. We were essential,
Yeah.
so it was like we were still working. I was like, yeah, take my fucking.
You were working at Amazon before the pandemic too, or you got in with the
It was
pandemic?
like right at the cusp of all of it happening.
Because I
It
got
was
in with the
like-
pandemic because they were hiring hella people.
Yeah, they were trying because everybody was
Yeah.
leaving. People were getting sick. A lot of people were like underlying health conditions, this, that, and the third. So whoever was willing to work, they were like,
Yeah.
we need numbers, So they'll put you out there. And this is bad,
Yeah.
bad management. They don't care about you. You're just a
Hell no.
number. And it's like, it is what it is, For
Yeah.
people that really need income and they need a job, like it's good that we have things like that out there for people. But
Definitely.
if you have the choice or you have something you want to go for it, at that moment in my life, I was like,
Yeah.
I'm out. I'll figure it out, And that's what, led to everything else. All the stuff that we ended up doing. I stayed out there from 2020. I'd be there for 2 weeks. I'd come home for 2 weeks. I'd go back out 2 weeks. That's why I got fucking 99 tatted on the back of my
Fire.
arm, because I was like, bro,
Up
I
and down.
lived on that motherfucking road, dog. Like going that straight shot back and forth for a couple of years, and yeah.
So you guys got to LA. And this was 2020.
2020.
You guys are in there.
2020
February
early-
17th,
It
2020.
was July right when I pulled up.
No, you pulled up right after I was there.
When did you move out there?
You didn't come in July because July is always the busiest month of the year for you. You came in like March or April.
I don't know. I think it was July, dog.
For real?
Yeah, because that barbecue blew up on me, and I came out there with wrapping all over
that
my
makes
hand.
sense. That makes sense.
And it blew up like a couple days after my birthday. And I still have photos of my shit, like my fucking fingers, all of them were taped up. I had burnt my entire hand, and yeah, it was fucked up.
What
but
was it? What happened? What was that?
I was fucking barbecuing, and there was a leak in the propane,
Oh, fuck.
and I wasn't around it. It was like already leaking, and somebody asked me to go like heat up the barbecue to throw like tortillas on there and shit. So I was like, all right, bet. So I hopped out of the pool, ran over to the barbecue, and it was one of the pilots, so I had to hit it with the lighter. Well, it was already. I can't smell great, so there was already like propane around me, filled in the air. So when I lit it, went boom, and I like. It hit my face, and my hand went up, this way, and it got the worst of it got on my hand and my
Dang,
face.
You got kind of lucky with the hand.
You
huh?
got hella lucky with that.
Where my hand didn't get lucky, my face
Right,
did
your
though.
face got
Yeah.
lucky, yeah.
No, it got me good. It got me real good, and my shit. Yeah, I was having to drain it and everything when I was out
ER
there. It's fucked
immediately?
up. No. So what I did was I told my lady, because I was at her family's house, and they have like hella aloe vera plants, and they were like telling me to go to the hospital. Mind you, it's 2020, so I was like, I'm not going to the hospital.
Yeah.
One, I probably wouldn't have either, like anyways. This is like a waste of time. I'm like, all I did was burn myself, but the pain was getting so bad. I felt like I was like starting to get like where you're like woozy, like I might pass out, because it was like so like bad. Like it was like 3rd-degree burn, and all over my shit. So I was like, well, I'm good. They were like, oh, like it was terrible looking. So I was like, get the aloe vera. They started rubbing aloe vera all over my hand, and then my lady was just feeding me tequila shots till I could black out. And that's what I did. I blacked out. I woke up. They had dropped me off at my house. I woke up, didn't know any of this. Woke up on my bed, and my hand was all like bubbled over and all fucked up. Yeah, it was like that for a hot minute. And then I was like, yeah, I'm still going to LA.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, you still came with a fucking bandage.
yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
That's fire. That's fire.
So yeah, that was fun. But that's why I'm like, yeah, July, because it was around like my birthday.
Makes sense.
At what age did you decide? You said you quit your job and you headed out there. What age were you at that time?
26.
26.
or 27. I think
You
I
were
just
27.
I just turned 27.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you were 27.
27. You're like, fuck this. I'm gonna get it right now.
Yeah. Yeah. I felt like that. I was like, yeah, I didn't want to insert myself into any situation that wasn't meant for me. And I know like him and I, like we hit it off, and like we both had common goals. And as much as he was wanting me to get out there, I was also wanting to. And so I just felt like the mutual like desire for that situation was there. And so when we had like that, that conversation of like, all right, like let's make it happen. So I knew that then that was up to me to make that choice. Like, all right, am I gonna keep doing this shit, and ride it out and whatever I'm doing up here, or am I gonna make that jump and then go out there and just see what happens? And
Yeah.
Yeah, very blessed and grateful and fortunate I did, because that led to all the beautiful things that ended up happening, as well as like, you know, cultivated the relationship that we have with you guys, and vibing out there and doing all the things we did. And there's a gang of memories, man. Out there in
beautiful
LA.
memories.
Crazy
It was
time,
a wonderful
man.
time.
Yeah. There was definitely a lot of moments that I mean, just even having whole hearts to hearts with each other. Every now and then, you know, it's like getting
that
to know
porch
each other.
is iconic, brother. If
Getting-
that porch had ears,
I love
man.
that porch. I'll miss
Man,
it
I just got a
forever.
flashback right now.
Yeah, I'll miss it forever.
Getting to know each other other than just the music, you know, like really getting to know the human side of each other. It was so dope. It was it really did feel like a brotherhood, you know, like I didn't have older brothers, but I always had older cousins, and it did feel like some older cousin shit. Like we were just kicking it, you know,
all
just
the
kicking
homies.
it.
Yeah.
And we just happened to be making music that was just so fun for
I
us.
loved it, bro. Like when you guys pulled up on us, it felt like that Dreamville boot camp documentary thing. You know, when they were like fucking hella artists, hella producers, everybody getting in the room together. Like, all right, y'all have a session in this room. We got a session in this room. See what happens at the end. You know, like, dude, like that energy is something I've always wanted to like chase. And just like that weekend when y'all pulled up, I feel like, yo, we did hella cool shit that weekend. Like, there's a song that hasn't even came out yet that we did that weekend. Not Content but Faded with you.
I heard it and I was like, dude, this sounds like something we would do today.
Right?
Yeah, it wasn't.
I'm just on the hook on that one.
You're just
right?
on the hook.
Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking
It's like
about.
I totally forgot that
was
song.
a cool song.
I totally forgot it existed, bro, for years, and then like just randomly stumbled upon it again a couple months ago, and I shared it with him, and I sent it to you, I think. And I was like, dude,
oh fuck,
this shit's fucking hard. Like this shit, I would still put this out right now. You know what I'm saying? Like it aged very well. I think we should still drop it. I don't know if y'all like that.
We might as well drop it, man. We might as well drop it.
Put it out
I'm fine
there.
with whatever, man.
I would love
do
to.
do a little visualizer too, man.
Yeah, I would love to do a music video for it too, man. I mean, we're all here right now too.
Yeah.
So
That's true. That's very true.
yeah.
I wanted to. I was talking about brotherhood right now, but you and Kevvie, how you guys linked up here in 09. Were you guys already bonding and getting that related? You guys felt like you was really like brothers already, or did that grow more in LA when you guys were with each other daily?
Yeah, it grew in LA.
Yeah.
Because I think too, like him and I are very like the same in a lot of ways, but like totally different in a lot of ways. And so it was like trying to understand who each other were aside from just music. And I think that really only comes from like being around one another, you know, like how you move throughout the world, like how you view things and how you kind of like handle yourself. And that comes through just being around somebody enough, you know. And like when I was out there, and like he made that feel like home from home. So I didn't really feel like I was out of place, you know what I mean? Like that was my couch, dog. You know what I mean? Like when I pull up, like it was always like he'd be tapping in with me, like, when are you coming out here next? So I never felt like it was, like I said, like I'm big on like not asserting myself where I don't belong.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, yo, I'll get it on my own. Like I'm not looking for anybody to like make some shit happen for me, or like me to like infringe on what somebody else has going on. So it's like, if it feels right and we're mutually like, oh, we're gonna actually grow and do something together, I'm like, that's beautiful. And that's whenever I think the best shit comes out of it, you know, because especially out there in LA and even here, but not to the same degree, but everybody in LA feels like they're just trying to capitalize on an opportunity.
Yeah.
Like when I went out there, like we met, and I already knew about like the vibes, and it
Like
just
people like this.
It was a big like doormat kind of thing. Like everybody's looking for the step in. Like people would always be trying to tap in, like or utilize like him to mix and master and shit like that, but not like want to kick it or show up to like the you know what I mean? So it just, I was like, and I know that's how that gets like sticky and weird. So I just always wanted to have like a real authentic, you know, vibe of what we were mutually all benefiting with one another off of what we were doing. You know what I mean? Like whatever he needed, I got you. You know, whatever I needed, it was like, yo, like we're good. Like he would press me on getting shit done. Yeah. So you know what I mean? And I think that was always like we were feeding each other's fire. And so doing that day in and day out, after even the first like, I don't know, couple months of me just going back and forth, like we were locked in, you know, and we just wanted to see each other win. And I was always on his bumper about like, not cut that, yo, tighten that up. Yep. You can hit that better. Like do it, like let's do it fucking 18 times.
I remember that over there too.
Yeah, it was always, because like you're not doing anybody any fucking favors if you're over there just trying to dance around it. Be like, no, that was good, bro. Like, nah, you can do it better because I know you can. So it's like, I'm not being a good friend and I'm not being genuine if I'm not going to push you to be like, yeah, that was cool, but I think you got 2 more in you. Because he would do the same shit. So then I'm like, that's how you end up pushing that.
Better.
Yeah. And some people don't want to do that, you know, and that's cool. but I think you quickly learn who those people are, that they just like kind of like waiting for their turn. Like, dude, there's times where we would do a verse for him. It was like we'd be 10 takes in, and most people would be like, "All right, brother, like you're good, just to keep moving." I'm like, "Nah, we can do 5 more. Like, fuck it, you know what I mean?" Or
we
vice
got
versa.
All the time in the world.
It's like, yo, tight. Keep that shit tight. Keep
we do that shit too, bro. Like, honestly, bro, you can do it better, bro. Like,
that's important.
Yeah.
And you know how important that is.
Yeah, every time we laid like one take down, I'm always asking them like, "Would that sound like? That sound cool to you? That sound cool? Please, are those notes hitting the certain note that needs to be hitting?"
Because if the notes aren't hitting, bro, I'm gonna tell you, bro. Like notes are not hitting. That's
important, man.
Yeah,
because it's like we value the opinions of the people that we're close to, right?
Yeah.
So like, and when you're making music with your homies and your family, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a safe space to like express yourselves and also give each other feedback. Like, yo, this could be better. You could do this verse better, or oh, this snare could hit harder, like whatever it may be, you know.
Well, we clown each other too on shit, bro.
Oh yeah, dude.
Like there's a couple of records, like some that I'm like, bro, we gotta fucking put that in a shredder, like wherever we gotta do, like. But he'll pull it up because he has a list of everything, like everything from every single thing that we did, every single thing he's done with other artists, like me, my own,
all on my hard drive,
everything. So he'll look at me like he knows what he's about to do, and he'll fucking hit one that he knows I fucking hate, and I'm like, oh, bruh. But it's like the willingness and the ability to be able to do that, and you're like, bruh, we can't do that again.
Yeah.
You know, or like hammering down on a record where you're both kind of over it at the end. You're like, bro, I don't even want to put this out no more. And then you give it some time, you come back to it, and you're like, you know, because you get that ear fatigue. You know what I mean? Where you're just tired of hearing your own voice.
Yeah.
And when mixing and mastering, it's like I love the recording process, but then when we would sit down to mix and master the record, and it's like they're doing the same verse, playing that shit 18 times, and then you're just trying to find the right, you know, like there's too much S in here, there's like this or that, or like we gotta tweak this, or
you're
we gotta
like
nudge it.
And playing on one syllable for like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Yep.
But that's the beauty of it too, you know.
So you are part of Open Studios, right?
I would say
yes. So did that conversation ever happen, or was it just like you just are?
I mean, like Open Studios has always been like a collective, right? Like we wanted, like the bigger vision of Open Studios was to have artists, producers, directors, photographers, like anybody creative, anything you would need. Like kind of how like rapper La Russell, like how he has good company. It's like he has his merch people, he has his graphic designers, he has his manager, like every piece an artist would need, you know, all under one roof, right?
Like the underdogs.
You know what I'm saying? So like Kevvie, the 3TM in Kevvie stands for To the Top Movement, right? So we always kind of said like Open X 3TM, you know, it's like coming together. But Kevvie, I very much consider family and part of Open Studios for sure.
We had conversation one time because he was like, it's a weird conversation to have, like, yo, do you want to be in Open Studios? It feels like you're like in third grade.
Like,
hey, you want to be in my club, you know? And so it was like almost like you say, it was like it never was necessarily something we felt like, oh, we gotta like sit down and do paperwork and like, are you in or you out? It was like we kind of knew the vibe, but also too, like I was like, bro, like he's a artist, like same as me, but he also mix masters, engineers, like he does all that, you know? So I'm like, that's his thing outside of just being an artist, you know? Like the other homies and what they do is like, oh, producer, makes visuals. Like I just am like, well, I just rap. Like I'm like, I edit. Like I was really good at editing photos, so I was like, I could do that. Like, but I still never considered myself like that being worthy enough of like being like, I'm just a rapper. But then he would always tell me, he's like, bro, you literally are the one that gets on everybody's ass. Like, yo, let's go, or like, yo, that's fire. I'm like, and so I'm like, okay, like I just leaned into that because that's just what I exude naturally. Is like I just get so fired up when people are doing stuff that I know makes their light shine, and I'm like, I just want to amplify that, like in any way, because it gets me, like when we're in the studio and I'm like, bro, I don't think you know how fire that is, like, but like genuinely, and I'll push him where I'm like, yeah, like, yo, this is crazy, or yo, let's do this, or and I think that what I added in that way, you know, I like to think, and I hope it ended up helping us in some regard. And so that was like, okay, that's my thing, you know? And so then I felt a little bit more comfortable with being like, yeah, like I'm actually a contributor to Open Studios. Cause,
you boosted the morale for sure. You know,
and that's what I always wanted to do, is just try and be like, you know, be that guy for people. Yeah,
that's awesome, dude. You definitely exude that energy. Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Man.
For sure.
Thanks, guys.
Since we met you.
Who exactly is Open Studios?
So me, Kevvie, Deduction, producer. You guys know Deduction.
We know Deduction,
Yeah.
Content, another producer.
Shout out to Content making big moves,
yeah,
man.
dude, my boy Content going.
Yeah.
Hey,
Crazy.
I don't mean to cut you off real quick, but I just want to say a little quick story about Content.
Yeah.
I remember one time we were out there when we were in
Content.
LA. I don't remember. Was that his first year here? I don't know
That
how-
was his first year
First
here.
year here, and then we're just like just talking like about American culture, but like
Yeah.
but like I remember us telling him like, you know what a ratchet is?
A ratchet?
And he's like, what? What? Like
Can't
a ratchet?
imagine his like
Bro,
European brain trying to
Content
comprehend.
is one of the most unintentionally funny people I've ever met. And that's just a whole ass European vibe, dude.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I love that motherfucker to death. He cracks me up. And sometimes I'll be laughing at what he's saying. He don't know that he just
doesn't
said some
know.
funny
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
And I'm like, bro. And then he laughs at me like everything I say is funny. And then I'm like, we just laughing at nothing. Like we're just like laughing at each other because we're from different fucking places of the world.
yeah,
literally.
Like he's fucking hilarious.
I
man.
love Content, man.
His fucking response is, well, we trying to explain it to him what a ratchet,
Yeah.
what a ratchet was, and he's just like, he's just taking it and soaking it in. Like maybe 2 minutes after just like thinking about it, he's like, so like Cardi B? and then we're just all like, he got it, he got it.
Oh,
Dude, he's
man.
fucking-
That's
he's
hilarious.
the
But yeah,
best.
I'm sorry about cutting you
Yeah,
off. Go
no
ahead.
worries. Who else? Raul. You guys know Raul?
Nah.
24
3D
Productions.
designer?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He does like graphic design, a lot of AI
He
work.
did the album cover for Run On, right?
for Run On. Who else is in? Oh, AG Lexus. I
Oh,
actually
yeah.
started.
Where
Open
is AG
Studios.
Lexus, bro?
Bro.
Where's he at?
AG is the craziest motherfucker I know, bro. Like the fucking like I won't hear from AG for months, right? And then all of a sudden he comes back and he's like, "Oh yeah, bro, I was in Indonesia living with an uncontacted tribe for 8 days."
No way.
I'm like, "Bro, what? Like, what the fuck do you mean?"
What the hell, bro?
Yeah, he's out there.
He's doing crazy shit
he's
like
floating
that.
around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, what do you mean? He just told me about this. He just got
Yeah.
back like the other day. He was like, yeah, bro, like they didn't know what a movie was. I had to like explain to them what a movie was. I'm like, how did you even contact? Like, how did you get to?
How did you
Indonesia,
contact
bro?
that uncontacted
You know what I'm
tribe,
saying?
bro?
So apparently, it's like this whole tourist thing that they do in Indonesia, where
Okay.
it's like an experience. You get to live with this tribe that's like, I mean, I wouldn't say they're uncontacted. They're just like slightly contacted because they're still very much like in their tribal ways for like the last 2000.
That's like those videos on TikTok where they where those Americans or whatever go to
Uh-huh.
those tribes and they give them like fucking gushers and shit. They've never had
Yeah.
candy
Yeah,
before.
like
I
shit
just
like
seen
that.
when they
And
show
they're
them a Pokemon card.
Some
Yeah.
of them are
Yeah,
like,
I seen that one.
I don't
Yeah.
fucking like this, and then other ones are like, I want more of that,
Yeah.
bro. Give me that red 40, dog.
Exactly. Yeah.
I
so
can't imagine like how that a gusher feels. Like what the fuck?
like, what is
Yeah.
this, bro?
Yeah.
So like this tribe people, bro, they've been living in this part of Indonesia for like the last 2,000 years. It's called the Medawai tribe, right? And so apparently the Indonesian government, they had tried to get them to integrate into Indonesian society. And they tried it for a bit, but they just couldn't do it, man. Like there was just overstimulation to the max. Like trying to get into like a city, seeing a fucking skyscraper. Like these are people that have been living in the jungle for 2,000 years. You know,
Yeah.
how are you going to bring them into society? So then the government came up with like a pact with them. It's like, all right, we'll leave you guys alone, but we kind of still want to like keep an eye on you guys. So the way that we're going to do this is by having this tourist experience. So tourists from all over the world, they'll pay money to go live with this tribe for 5 days, 8 days, whatever package they book. And this tribe is responsible for showing these tourists like their way of life on an everyday.
That's pretty cool.
So it's like day one, we're going to show you how to craft poisonous weapons.
Yeah.
Sick.
So it's like they're gonna take you into the jungle. They're gonna find the fucking berries that are poisonous and like put it on a bow and arrow type shit, and then they're gonna teach you how to shoot the bow and arrow to like hunt and kill something, right? So it's like that's day one. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, we should
And
go.
how
do this,
long are you
bro.
out there for?
Shit.
You could book. There's like different experiences. There's like a 3-day one, a 5-day one,
Yeah.
8-day one, like however long. This
Yeah.
fool was there 8 days, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So I asked him like, so like, what's the bathroom situation out there? You know,
free
that's
for
like
all,
the
man.
first thing that came to my mind. He's like, oh, bro, pick a bush. Like that's crazy. Like there's no bathrooms, bro. Like there's nothing. Like if you're gonna take a shit, you got to bring your own toilet paper, or else it's just the leaves, bro. And there's like a certain section of the river that's there that's like only for shitting, and then there's a certain section that's only for showering. So it's like you shit and you shower in the same river, but it's just like this
Th-
part.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? because the stream just carries it. And I'm just like, bro, how the fuck did you last 8 days there, bro? He's like, yeah, man. Like, they were feeding us, like, coconut worms.
Coconut worms.
Coconut worms.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay, that fool on here, man.
I don't know.
Fear factor, bro.
Yeah, some
Where-
Fear Factor
wherever he's
shit.
at.
What? Yeah, well, I was gonna say we'll go to you, but I have no idea where you're gonna be at next, bro.
I don't know, bro. Hey, he's still making music, though.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's dope. That's
Yeah,
dope.
I remember
yeah.
one time, maybe a year ago or a few years ago now, he was like, I don't know, Spain. I don't know where the hell he was. I
He was
like,
in
bro,
Guam.
In Guam.
He was in Guam for a year.
I was like, how'd he get there, bro?
Yeah.
I was like, man.
So, like, it's because his girlfriend is a flight attendant. So she was
Oh.
stationed in Guam, and he had moved there for a year just to, like, you know, it's a life experience, you know? It's pretty dope. Like, your girl's there. Like, you get to just,
Just live.
just live and do your thing over there. Like,
Yeah.
a whole new country, whole new people, whole new experience. And he's an adventurous dude, you know? So he likes shit like that. So that's why he's always doing weird shit.
Yeah, that's cool.
But it's cool, man.
That's cool. Shout
Yeah.
out to AG Lexus and
AG
who else?
Lexus. I think that's everybody.
That's
right?
everybody.
Content? Did I say
Yeah,
content?
content.
Yeah, I said content.
Yeah.
Yeah, Conte's
Yeah.
going crazy, bro. With these underground artists, bro. I'm like, bro, you produced
Yeah.
that? Shit.
Yeah, bro. Content just
Fire.
had a session with La Russell too, and I'm like, that's wild.
Sick.
That's
Yeah,
just
he's-
crazy to me.
Yeah.
He's
Shout out to
doing it,
Content, man.
Absolutely.
What else? What a life, huh? What a fucking
What else?
life.
Yeah.
For real, for real. I mean, I don't. I feel like I'm just chilling here with my homies. You know, it's real dope to see y'all. Really,
Yeah.
it really is. It's been a minute.
Yeah.
Same
Many
energy.
minutes.
It's like we picked off right where we left
Yeah,
off.
for
You know.
sure.
Absolutely. What do you guys said you're dropping an album?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Real
Is
soon.
that something you're wanting to talk about? I mean, I'm over here flipping
Oh,
it on
yeah.
you guys.
No,
but I
Yeah,
don't,
no,
I
that's
don't
good.
know
I
if
love
you-
when people do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't know if that's something you guys want to like even speak on or
Yeah, I've been
whatever.
telling
But
everybody in the world, bro. Like, I've been
Yeah,
going
scream
out.
it from the rooftops, bro.
So basically, we've told them, but we'll tell them again.
Yeah.
Every time.
We
Every
haven't told
time.
you guys. So basically, I have a beat tape. Oh, now he has a project too, a solo EP,
Mhm.
and it's gonna also take place in the same universe.
Okay.
So, want to explain that?
Yeah. So with the whole Frequent Flyers, we did Volume 1 and Volume 2, and that was kind of just pushing out tapes that we just wanted to get music out. You know, we're fresh music. We're just getting to it.
Yeah.
And we felt like this Frequent Flyer, this era, whatever you want to call it, we were going real detailed with how we're gonna make it look, the branding of it, the logo even, and just being cohesive with every piece of content or art that comes with that name.
Like intentional with your
Yeah,
art.
yeah. Very
Mhm.
intentional. And we were trying to document. There's a lot of content out for it right now for the first Volume 1, Volume 2. You know, doing music videos with the homie God's Work. He did
Shout out to God's
he
Work.
did one of them on Volume 1, and then the homie James Busby.
Shout out
He
to James
did
Busby.
another one on Volume 2. Great videos both. And we basically were like, okay, well, I don't even know how it came into like
Bro,
we just went to
Volume
like 3. We just
bro,
said
oh
I don't
my-
even know how we came up
Volume
with
3 was
but-
supposed to be, because Volume 1 and 2 are 4 tracks. These were supposed to be quick. We were supposed to be done with this like a year ago now.
Yeah.
And then Volume 3 is supposed to be 4 tracks. We're gonna put them all together to make a 12 track.
Oh,
Or 8,
shit.
9, 10, 11, 12. Put them all together. So it'd be, we're putting out Volume 1 and 2 with 4, so it's a full 12.
For like 4 new tracks.
Yeah. So we were gonna put that out and then do shows and tour all that shit.
That's tight.
And then I don't even know. He's like,
Yeah.
bro, like these songs are too good. I'm like, low key, you're right, bro. So we selected ones from Volume 1 and 2, and then we made 4 more. And then is that it? We just made 4
I
more.
think we got 5 more.
we made 4 more, 5 more.
Yes, 5 more.
Because we were like, okay, let's make. We added those 5, and then I was like, damn, bro, this is hella good. And then we already, we have the Hollywood's Burning and Low End, so we already have like kind of story projects with Radio Mota and like skits and stuff like that. So we
Yeah.
want to do skits as well with this
I
one.
love skits, bro.
So this one, we got the songs done, right? Sent them off to mixing. And then we have to figure out what's the story here. Frequent Flyers, right? And then I had an idea. I was like, ooh, I'm going to make a beat tape. And you know how they have like the flying lounges?
Oh,
Like, you
yeah.
can chill
yeah,
before
like
the
the Capital One Lounge
Yeah,
or
exactly.
the Amex Lounge. Yeah.
I was like, I'm going to make a beat tape. And I'll drop it before this
Uh-huh.
and make it like a Frequent Flyers lounge to go into the album.
Oh, that's sick.
And then I was like, hold on. What if I put skits in this beat tape
Oh,
and make it connect to the skits in the
that
album?
one?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
So that's how we got to that. I gave him that. I was like, what do you think of this idea? He's like, that's fire. And he was already working on an EP.
Uh-huh.
And then you wanted to make, you're like, I'm going to do that too with my EP. That's going to go into my beat tape, and then it's going to go into the album.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about the EP idea or not?
So I was already working on an EP, working on songs,
Crazy.
listening back, taking some off, putting new ones on. You know, the whole process it is to making a project. And I was like, having a solid 5. And I was like, okay, this is looking good. But then I was like, well, how do I even put it together? I love to do projects that, like, there's like a purpose to it when you listen to it, you know?
Yeah,
You can
like
always
cohesiveness.
Yeah, you could always play it in shuffle. It's going to be sick either way. But definitely, I'm a fan of playing
Listening
albums from
in
1
order.
to 12
Yeah.
in
Yeah,
order.
yeah.
Because that's just how I always, I was always getting CDs or vinyls. It was just the only way to play it like that.
Yeah.
And even on Spotify, I'm never hitting that shuffle button on an album. I'm just gonna.
Yeah.
I mean, unless I've heard it back hella times.
Yeah.
But new albums, that shuffle button's not coming on. I'm just going straight through it.
Yeah.
So I was trying to figure out how to really get it cohesive. And then when he brought that idea to me, I was like, okay, I think I got it. And I let him know, and I was like, and I went back, thought about it, and then I came back to him, and it was the idea was just my character here in this project is he's on the way to the flight too.
Mm-hmm.
Flight gets delayed, so everybody's waiting in the lounge he's speaking on. My character going through his internal issues and whatnot, going through it right there in the airport.
Mhm.
This tape, mine is going to be a little R&B influenced. It's very, I've always loved R&B music, so I've had projects before that were very R&B influenced, and I've just been developing that sound more. I'm thinking more confident now with it.
Mm-hmm.
So this one is that story is kind of like built around that, and he laid the platform for that. That wrapped it up perfect for me. And these two projects going into each other, it's gonna be like a whole fucking Marvel
it's
Cinematic
gonna be sick
Universe,
as
bro.
fuck.
Real talk.
I got
That's
one.
fire.
I got one level up for you.
Go ahead.
Imagine you guys take that
Okay.
and then you attach a short film to it,
Acting like we're not ahead of you here.
written by Kevvie.
Oh, that you were ahead of me.
Yeah.
You were ahead of me. You were ahead of me.
Man, hey, man, I would be more than down. Me and this guy are always more than open to, no pun intended,
Pun
to doing
intended.
every type of like film, like just making art like that.
Yeah,
we're
hell yeah, man.
super open to. That'd be amazing if you were to. Down the line when the projects come out, you get to take a listen to them, get your own spin on them.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That'd be cool.
Frequent
I don't want to give away too much about it, but
Yeah.
because the dialogue's already done. We just
Mhm.
have to get people in. Because everybody we know, right? We're just gonna get them to record for the album.
That's
They're different
tight.
characters. They're themselves, but characters.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah. That's fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, visual for that would be pretty fucking cool.
It would be
Would
cool.
I like that premise and idea though. It's like super lived in. Like where you're not just getting, songs, but like something
getting a
that's
universe.
drawing you
Yeah.
into that world.
It's always
where
been
you're-
the goal,
you're
man.
seeing it and feeling it, and that's
Yeah, make a
It's fire.
universe. That's always
Yeah.
been the goal.
yeah.
Slow burn verse.
Yeah.
You guys are part of it, of course.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Everybody's
Yeah.
a part of it.
Love that, man.
Yeah.
everybody watching right now. You
You
were
guys
part
are
of the
part of it,
Slowburn
man.
verse.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
man. We're
Yeah,
we're
I
about
think
an
it's
hour
time.
in. You have any more questions?
I don't, but if y'all guys got anything
Anything
to
else?
plug, anything you want to just say right now, go ahead.
You got anything?
Yeah, I guess I fucking I put out an album last year, the end of last year. The Paper Cuts and Bullet Wounds. It's out everywhere. If anybody wants to check it out. Speaking on like what you were saying about playing it front to back. So that album I recorded, mixed and mastered all myself, all the way through it, and I wanted to make it like a connected to exactly the title, like Paper Cuts and Bullet Wounds. Like it's like kind of about trauma, but not trauma in the sense of like the overused version. I'm talking about like just reality of going through life and like experiences that would be considered that, you know what I mean? But not exactly addressing it. It's more or less just from an emotional point. And it's just talking about like coming up, brotherhood, finding yourself, questioning life. And I have like, chill songs, I have hype songs, and I really try to make it that balance of like when I envisioned something when I made it was like a wave, like coming in and out of the shoreline, you know what I mean, and building that swell and everything like that, and the emotional vibe that had. So when I created it, I put a lot of songs that would roll into the next song. So if it ended with waves, the next one started with waves. So it was kind of felt like this cohesive moment that was always like playing off one another. So every single song had its connection to the next one in some regard. But there's like fun records on there and shit like that, like some about tattoos and this, that, and the third, and and then some like turn up stuff, like where not like party shit, but like more just like on some like bar type shit.
Like some shit you drive very fast at night too.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
Hey, don't fucking do that.
so I took a lot of time putting that together, and that's whenever I decided to kind of take a little break, because like I said, I've been doing music for 11 years straight, and I've never really given it any space between myself and the craft, and I felt like I needed to fall in love with it. And I knew that after I finished that album, that was like the time I needed to take. And I didn't just finish. I've been sitting on it for a little bit, but I'm gonna be putting it out this month. So if Connie Boy Content sees this, he'll be happy to know.
I didn't even know this.
Deathloop, which is a record that I worked on for about a year.
Finally.
So there's only one record that's a year
Finally.
long. Going back and forth, the same thing. I was in LA like for a day, and I would come back out here. Then I would go out there, maybe it was 2 days, and then I would come back out here. There was times he was gone, and I crashed on his bed and then did a studio session, and then came back home. Worked on it relentlessly with Content. I mean, he incredible. The amount of production that went into it, all live instruments with like guitar, keys, and then some like synthetic drums and stuff like that were added, but creating a different vibe than what's on the album. It's more rock influenced and like a little hint of, I wouldn't say country, but it just has that like authentic, like rooted in guitar and stuff like that, and me doing something different than I've ever done with my voice before, as well as giving you those pockets and moments of like real rap shit. So that'll be coming out. I haven't decided the exact date, but it will be this month. So everybody be on the lookout for that.
Dope. Okay.
I think that's the hardest song he's ever done. TBH.
It's a fun record, and shouts out, like I said, I'm just a voice on it. Shouts out to Content. I sat with him and told him what I do and don't like, but all the mastery behind that is him locking in with me. So I was fortunate enough to be able to do that, and I wrote a book.
You wrote a book?
Yeah, I have a book out there.
It's out?
It's out
It's a
on
beautiful
Amazon.
book.
It's
What's it called?
philosophy and poetry. It's The Dance Between Wings and Wind. It's volume 1, I think,
Okay, I'm gonna have to check that one out for sure.
Yeah, well.
You got it on audio too? Or?
Is it under
No,
your real name, or is it under
No,
your...
it's under my real name. Yeah.
You should
Yeah.
make it on audio.
I can. I just gotta lock in a session maybe with Shock. And
I've never mixed and mastered a book before.
That's great.
but yeah, it's like 50 some odd pages, and they're all about the dualities of the human experience and finding yourself and questioning purpose and stuff like that. So
That's my type of vibe, bro.
yeah,
Like that.
I'll send you guys the link, or I'm gonna get some editors editions of it. I'll be
Okay.
more than happy to get you guys some too. So.
Yeah, please
Fuck
do.
yeah,
Please
yeah,
do.
I'd
I
be
would
very
more
grateful.
than
Yeah,
I'd be glad to write it.
Hell yeah.
Read it. I didn't say read it.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, man. But that's it for me. Other than that, I got a script out there in the world that I finished for a movie. I got another one that I'm working on right now. 2 different premises, and maybe we'll sit down and write something together. And
Dude, if we write a fucking comedy, bro.
Yeah. I was telling him on
I'm
the.
super down for comedies.
Yeah.
Growing up, we were little as fuck, just watching stupid ass 2000 comedies.
Hell yeah.
The fucking scary movies, the
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
Soul Plane.
You know
it's-
what I picture for you guys is like if we wrote something, or if Kevvie wrote something, which like similar to Mac and Devin Go to High School. You guys ever watch that?
Yeah, of course.
I feel like that'd be sick for like, especially like the whole slow burn aesthetic and vibe and brand that you guys got.
Yeah, for sure.
I know too. It's out here in Merced too. The gentleman, is it Micah?
Oh yeah, Micah, man.
Yeah, so he oh no kidding. So
Yeah.
I know he upgraded his whole little setup,
You got
right?
the
He has
99.
99
Studio
studios,
99.
right? Yeah,
Fire.
super fire.
Yeah.
I like the central location idea. So if we put something together, like
Ooh,
on
okay.
some stoner vibes, on some more like just living in one single environment, but a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, he has good sets in there.
And we
So,
can
yeah.
maybe work to like tap in and see what he does for like rental for time to shoot something. So if you guys ever
Yeah.
want to pin some shit down, I
That's
love
easy.
writing. Think about like it's a page per minute, so like a 15 minute.
Page per minute? Okay.
On like standard writing, it's a page per minute. So if you think about
Like
doing
for
like
movies? Like,
yeah.
oh, okay.
So like we do like a short film if that's something ever in the deck of cards you guys want to explore.
Hell
Yeah,
I would love
it's
to
been
get
in there
into
for a
this.
while. Huh?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, we can make something
As
fun
soon
happen.
as this fucking album shit is out and flowing and shit,
Yeah.
Bro, I'm ready to get
Yeah.
in the brainstorming sessions.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My line's open, brother. So y'all
Okay.
always
We
tap
got
in
you.
with me.
Yeah.
I'm just always down to create. Even though I'm taking a little hiatus from music. I mean, Deathloop is coming out, but other than that, I'm just always on my creative shit. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Hell yeah. This will
Yeah.
happen. This will happen.
That's
All
what
right.
happens.
Anything else,
We'll lock it in.
Shock?
Let's see. So I'll be done with my last round of chemo 2 days before my birthday next month. So
What day?
June 10th is my last round of chemo.
Let's go.
Hopefully,
Mhm.
if that shit don't come back, we'll see. But I think after that, I want to get back into the flow of music and releasing consistently. Like I got a couple songs that are in the vault right now. I think the one that I would drop next, it would either be the one we got all together, Not Content, a bit
Mhm.
faded, or this other one called Blue Civic. I don't know if I ever shared it with you or not before.
I don't know.
Maybe I might have shared with you like the earliest version of it, but
Mhm.
like now it's like completely done. So I'm definitely excited to drop that one. I feel like that vibe and that energy is something I kind of want to do moving forward, as well as like I have a couple more like fun upbeat songs too that I've been working on. I've been experimenting with like my tone of voice on records, you know,
Okay.
because like whenever I talk, like I have a different dialect and like voice and tone in normal conversations versus what I'm kind of experimenting now with IBESHOCKER. You know, like I'm trying to differentiate. It's like I'm Nevin, right, in normal everyday life, but then when I'm in the studio, like I need to channel IBESHOCKER, right, and that's something that I've been working on more and more, and I'm super excited to like get rid of this cancer shit first of all, and
Hell
then
yeah.
get back into creating and doing what I love. You feel me?
Hell yeah, man. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Slow Burn Hour with IBESHOCKER and Kevvie3tm. Thank you
Yes,
for
sir.
watching.
Thank you guys for having us, man.
Appreciate you guys, man. It's been fun.
Ooh. That's tight. Dude, I fucking love those sounds. Hey.